Hi, good morning, and welcome to another episode of Ask Elly Intuitive Insights and Your Questions Answered. My name is Elly Molina. I am your hostess. Uh, and for those of you who may know me, may not know me, are new to the show, new to the channel, I'm an intuitive consultant and I work with various people from all parts of the world and all parts of life. So I do psychic intuitive readings for people in public office, former heads of state. I do readings for celebrities, people in the industry, Hollywood industry. In I work with entrepreneurs, CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, and there's also just everyday people who are curious about their lives. So you don't need to be a celebrity, you don't need to be a CEO, and you don't need to be up to doing anything super, super fabulous or ambitious because all of that is relative. And so one of the things that I love doing is doing readings for people who come to me who are curious about what's next for them and even what's possible for them. And sometimes we know, not sometimes, we know what's possible inside of us. We have this feeling. And so often during a reading and a session, this feeling that one knows intuitively is just confirmed. And so much information is then revealed. And why am I sharing this with you? Because I've got an offer for you during the month of August. Anybody coming who's new for a reading, if you, and even if you're returning, just say, hey, Elly, you know what? I'm getting interested in getting a reading this month, especially when you hear about all of the fabulous things that are happening astrologically. I'm interested in getting a reading and I would like my 20% discount. So just mention that you're interested in the 20% discount. And this 20% will be available for August of 2022. So, in the event you're listening to this podcast after August, all right, you'll just have to wait for the next discount. In the meantime, there will be a 20% discount during the month of August on all readings, whether you're coming for the first time or you're coming for a check in reading. You will have a 20% discount if you mention the podcast. So, let's get into some of the things that are happening in terms of my offerings for this coming month and what's going on. So, the Psy Kids, which is the Psy Kids Academy, where I teach children and adults how to tap in, access, develop their natural intuitive abilities. Well, that is running, it is online, and it is available right now at a discounted rate. Also, summer session, summer session, summer sale. It is $197 right now, and it is a 32 lesson deep program in developing your intuitive and psychic abilities for yourself and kids if you have, or if you work with children. And it's much more than just developing psychic abilities, it is also becoming consciously aware, learning how to focus, teaching yourself and kids how, what do I need to do to focus? I'm not focused. Oh, well, guess what? There's actually something that you can learn to do to focus and enhance concentration and develop a high level of awareness. Now, the more awareness that you have, the more you'll be able to work through your emotional intelligence, which is part of the program also. So it's really a far greater program than just being able to psychically know things that are coming up or trusting in your intuition. It's got a lot more components to it. Anyway, with all of that being said, that is available right now at ellymolina.com. And just email me or click on some links, and the program is accessible through Thinkific. And it is $197 right now for the summer sale. Okay. And today I want to begin talking to you a little bit about some of the astrological things that are happening in August. We'll start with July 1st. July 28th is the new moon in Leo. And this new moon is a spectacular new moon because of its placement with the sun. So if you're looking to create luck in your life, which is something that we're going to talk about in a few minutes, if you're looking to create luck in your life, this is an opportune time to begin during the month of Leo. It's luck is going to be on your side. However, on this particular day, on the new moon, I'm going to suggest that you do not sign any serious contracts. Just wait a little bit until the Uranus moves away from Mercury in Taurus. And then just wait a little bit. Okay. Now, you also have Jupiter going retrograde in Aries. Jupiter is retrograde, and in Aries, it's going to go back direct in November 23rd, as a matter of fact. Okay, now, so for the rest of this week, right now, we are looking at Saturday, which will be the 30th. Mercury will oppose Saturn retrograde. So you may start to see things a little bit like the glass half empty, right? Things may start feeling a little bit negative. We're going to talk about what you can do when you're feeling this way in a moment. So you want to take some time when you're feeling this way so that you're not making a hasty decision. So we'll come back to that. And then the energy shifts again by Sunday. So just hold off on any decisions on Saturday. You can wait, it's not a big deal. Then on Sunday, this is going to be a fabulous day. This is where the sun will trine Jupiter in a Leo Aries. And boy, is this going to be a fabulous day. Mark it on your calendar if you haven't. This is one of the best days of the month, possibly one of the best days of this entire Leo season, especially if you're Leo or Aries. This is going to be great for travel, romance, business opportunities. Shine, shine, shine. And take care to reward yourself with some luxury. Okay. Anyway, let's get on to what's happening astrologically in August. So for August, we've got some pretty exciting days on the calendar. And if you are keeping track of things that are happening astrologically, you might want to circle these days for yourself. Okay, Monday, August 1st, Mars is going to conjunct Uranus in Taurus. You can expect the unexpected. This is going to be a wild card day. So get ready, hold on to your hats, claim. We'll talk about magic in a moment. Claim this day as yours. Make magic happen. Be responsible for the magic that you can create on this day. Astrologically, you will have wind in your sails and we will be helped and guided along. Now, the second is a very, very exciting day also, where we have Venus sextile Uranus. And this is going to be a trio of planets are going to have power to bring the unexpected. Thrilling. If you're looking for romance, circle this day. Now, you could have a really important meeting on this day that is going to feel very fateful in hindsight when you look. It's dazzling. It's great for love. It's great for business connections. So just mark this day also. Wednesday, on the 3rd, we have Mercury entering Virgo. So, for those of you who are familiar with what happens when Mercury enters Virgo, just be mindful and pay attention and just be with it. There is no such thing as perfection. We know that. For people who study psychology, we have learned that perfection is equated to procrastination. We also know that procrastination is another variant of fear being covered up. So when we procrastinate, it's really we're afraid to do something. We're afraid to make that move. We've got some sort of fear going on. So the only thing to do is step through it, embrace the fear, move it, go through it, put it behind you. Now, guess what? On August 4th, we're looking at Chinese Valentine's Day. Imagine this is the stardust of Venus and Mars, still strong, and this could be one of the most sparkling days for lovers of the month. Okay, so really cool. Anyway, let's move through. You want to go to the 7th. All right, the 7th is Venus trine Neptune. Beautiful love, dreamy, really kind of wonderful energy. And then we have August 8th, which is again known as the Lions Gate portal. Now, this is such an interesting date, August 8th, because the Lions Gate portal has is a thing that was created during the New Age movement, and we're not talking about this recent New Age movement. We're talking about a New Age movement that began a little bit earlier in the late 90s. You can actually historically find the creation of the Lions Gate portal. This is not something that goes back to the Chaldeans or even into deep metaphysical. This is a new creation. So just if you're going to be doing work on the Lions Gate portal, this is awesome because whatever we believe works. So, if you're going to use this day to have access to portals, then use this day to have access to portals. Then again, full moon on the 11th, really big, difficult full moon. So this is going to be Uranus in a very harsh square to the sun and the full moon. You may feel tested on this day. Just remember, whenever there is a test, there is always a breakthrough available on the other side. Venus will enter Leo on this day. So Leo and Venus just go hand in hand for love. Okay, so there's a reason the cliches are those hot summer nights of August. Okay, so there's a reason that that cliche exists. Okay, now we're going to move through to Mercury trine Uranus on the 16th. And this is a very wonderful day. You could expect surprises that are coming. Then on the 18th, we've got Venus trine Jupiter, Leo Aries, fabulous day. Again, to go out, celebrate, do something fun. Then we've got the Sun entering Virgo on the 22nd. We will become articulate, we'll be able to become persuasive. Great day for closing. So mark that down. If you need to close on a home, you need to close on a business deal, you want to mark the 22nd as one of your days. Then Mercury enters Libra on the 25th. Okay. So we're going to get to those word spells in just a minute. And then we have the 26th, great day for love and money. Then we have the new moon on the 27th. This puts Mercury in lead with many positive aspects. We've got Pluto, Mars, Gemini, everybody. Financial deals are going to be favored. Really good time. Just be careful not to sign a contract. And that's it for the end of the month. It'll be a magical month. And speaking of magical months, I've got a question that has been asked by JP. And JP asks me, Dear Elly, I've been interested in learning how to develop my psychic abilities. Can you help me? Well, JP, this is going to sound like an infomercial, but guess what? I can. Number one, the psychic development program for children and their adults is a perfect place to start on your own. And secondly, I am working, it's request only. I am working with clients one on one to develop their psychic abilities. It's a month long commitment. And if you email me, jp at ellymolina.com, then we can discuss what this would look like. Yes, I am available to help you develop your psychic abilities. So that is just one thing. And of course, the internet is full of opportunities to help you develop your psychic abilities. And speaking of developing psychic abilities, just my guest next week is Dominic Zeldin, who is an aura specialist. And we are talking about seeing auras and the impact of seeing auras and how everybody can see auras if they start to do the work. We are so all naturally psychic. We have just kind of, you know, closed that vision. Not all of us, many of us have just closed that vision. So today, I want to talk to you a little bit about what would it take to open the third eye? What would it take to live in a realm of magic and magical experiences every single day? We're not talking dark magic the way that TV, movies, even the Bible, any sort of dogma about the dangers and evils of magic. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the wonders of magic that are found in nature. The sun rising every single morning, repeatedly, the sun setting, that is magic. These things are magical. Sure, you could look at it through quantum physics and you could look at it scientifically, but there's no magic when we look at it scientifically. It doesn't have the same effect as getting up and looking at a sunrise and appreciating the beauty and being in gratitude. It is not the same energy as reading a scientific journal as to why the sun rises every morning. So, this is bringing magic into your daily life. It is a way of looking at the world, it is a way of speaking. It is how we see and perceive. So there's I don't know if you want to call it a proverb or a saying that is quite common that we've seen on the internet hundreds of times, and it is words cast spells. And that's why it's called spelling. Okay. Words cast spells. So if we go back and we look even in the beginning in the Bible, how does the Bible begin? In the beginning, there was the Word. There was the Word. And this is where all spells and magic begin. It begins with the Word. So now, how does that affect us? Well, it affects us in the words that we choose and the way that we perceive the world. So we can perceive the world as a very harsh place, all very mechanical, all very 3D, all cement and buildings and structures. And we can go through the world as a human machine. And part of the teachings in Sufi mysticism also is to start to distinguish the human as having the machine, being the sheep that follows blindly, or being the enlightened being. And I'm not talking about enlightened now in terms of Buddhism, that kind of enlightened. I'm talking about an enlightened being as somebody who understands that we have, as humans, the ability and the capacity to break away from the human machine part of us, that mechanical part that stops thinking and does things habitually. So we know scientifically, if we want to go back and look at our science, we know scientifically that why we act as machines is to save energy, because the moment that we start saving energy, we don't have to turn things into a cognitive process. Like tying your shoes when you were 5 years old was all mental. You had to remember how to tie the shoelaces. It was cognitive. It was a big deal. It took brain power. Now, if you're tying shoes, you just don't even think about it. You're probably thinking about something else while you're tying them. It is mechanical, it is automated. You are in human machine. We do this when we're driving. We do this when we're making our coffee in the morning. We are not present any longer to what's happening around us or even in our thoughts. We are in machine mode. Now, most people, unfortunately, run through the entire day in machine mode. So they are just like, the old expression, creatures of habit. The moment that we break away from our human machine mode and enter into a space of conscious awareness, that is where magic happens. That is where magic reigns. It is part of being present. And so when you're doing magic spells or you're doing magical consciousness, you're present. So there are tons and tons of magic spells that you can use every single day. They do incorporate words. And of course, there's always the actions that go with the words. Maybe you're lighting a candle. Maybe you're doing an incantation. All of these things are magic. All of these things are magical. So if you are looking to bring magic into your life and to make your life less mundane and to really start to change it, it begins with your perspective. It begins with waking up in the morning and looking at the world, looking at your life through a different lens, looking at your life like, wow, today is going to be the most amazing day for me. In the moment that you even declare something like that, today is going to be magical. Today is going to be amazing. Today is going to be empowering. Today I'm going to meet the most amazing people and have wonderful experiences. Well, that's casting a spell. Right there, you have cast a spell. And you want to get scientific? The reticular activating system is going to get into work, and you are going to be on that frequency that will attract people who are going to present themselves as unique opportunities, as wonderful, interesting people. Things of that nature will then start to happen for you, and they will come into your life. And if you are consciously aware and you remember that you declared that early in the morning before you got out of bed, well, then you can make the connection one on one. You see, aha, I brought magic into my life. It wasn't a coincidence, it wasn't random, it was created. Magic creates reality, just as our thoughts, our words, our spells. So you can go through your day humdrum, or you can go through your day with every aspect bringing magic into your life. And that is how I choose to live my life, in this magical space of being conscious and aware. I teach magic. I teach this kind of magic. I teach spells. I teach words as spells, powerful mantras, affirmations. And one of the things that is highly, highly powerful is if you go to my website and you go pick up a copy of the Magic Mantra. The Magic Mantra is so powerful in and of itself that when used properly, you can be like Moses and part the seas of your life. You can have extraordinary things happen for you. It is learning how to work with the energy of the unseen that creates magic in our world. We are not talking about we're not talking about evil things. We're not talking about things that scare people. We're talking about beautiful power that helps to bring beauty into the world. And people who have been alchemists know that we create beauty in our process of bringing this magic to ourselves, our life, and other people. So by living a day, every day, in the space of wonder and beauty and possibility, flowers in your home. One of the favorite rituals that I use is to bring flowers into your home, white roses every Friday. It has been told by ancient seers that the white roses pick up the negative energy in our homes and around us. And you could say to yourself, oh, well, I don't have any negative energy in my home. Well, we all do, because thoughts are generated from ourselves. We have conversations with other people. Everything carries an energy, everything carries frequency. So you want to keep this frequency beautiful. How do you do that? White roses every Friday, fresh. You can also determine and distinguish the energy of your home if you take a look at your own plants. If your plants are dying around you and they're not thriving, so you can blame it on lack of sun. You can blame it on lack of water. You can blame it on poor soil. But most of the time, you take a look at yourself, because who's watering the plants? Who's providing the sunshine or the proper location for the plants? Who's providing the care for the plants? The plants naturally want to thrive. They just need the energy around them to help them. So one of the best ways to check in on the indication of the energy in your home, the vibration, is to look at the health of your plants. If your plants are really seriously thriving, it means that your energy is positive in your home. No joke. Okay. Plants are so receptive to energy. And so if your plants are dying, you want to take a really good look at what's going on in your thoughts. You want to take a look at your thoughts, take a look at the energy in your home. Best way to clean the energy in your home is to get your white roses in on Friday. Sage as often as possible. You can sage using actual sage, Palo Santo, frankincense, aromatherapy diffusers. You want to sage. Simple, simple magic. And you want to just keep that energy light and clean and do clearings. So, also in my magic courses, I have lots of blends and magic spells, potions that I use to clear the energy in our home that we create. We create oils for cleansing, we create oils for prosperity, we create oil blends for all kinds of things that we work with. And so, if you are interested at any point in participating in one of my magic workshops, let me know. Drop me an email. Also, ellymolina.com. The workshops are kicking in September. We will begin doing Magic 1 and Magic 2 for those people who have already completed the first magic course with me. So anyway, this is going to be a magical month of August for anybody who wants to create this magic in their life. Um, you know what? Get in touch with me, reach out, be in contact. Uh, Decide and declare that you want August to become the month of magic for you and get working on it. Okay. I am here. The people in my programs are here. We've got powerful wizards. We've got powerful creators, sages, people who have created magic. If you read my newsletter, you can hear the stories of the successful people who have really turned around and changed their lives, really recreated their lives so powerfully. And if you're listening to this podcast today and want to jump on to a webinar tomorrow night, which will be Thursday, the new moon on the 28th, I'm conducting a webinar. Email me. It is called Creating Your Life's Blueprint. So we are preparing ourselves for all the magic that is coming, that we are going to be creating in the next few months going into the next calendar year. So anyway, with that, everybody, have a wonderful, wonderful week. If you're looking for magic and want to break out of the mundane and step into the magnificent, please email me at elly@ellymolina.com and join us for a month of magic and beyond. All right. Much love. Many blessings to you. Thank you for being here. Check out next week's podcast with Dominic, where we talk auras. It's really fascinating, also. Okie doke. Ciao for now. Thanks for being here.